Hello, New Jersey! I hope you're as excited as I am. Are you all excited to say hello to Barack Obama? Thank you all for joining and welcoming our guest, our great new president, Barack Obama. Across New Jersey, throughout America, and around the globe, President Obama is inspiring people to discover the best in themselves. He's challenging all of us to build a world where our children and our grandchildren are able to realize their fullest potential. We're proud that Barack Obama is our president, right? And I don't know about you, but I'm honored that he's here today. New Jersey's #1. Let me thank all the elected officials we have joined us for this exciting moment. Governor Dick Cody, Speaker Joe Roberts, Majority Leader Bonnie Watson-Coleman. Yeah, that's right. County Execs DiVincenzo, McNerney, Hughes, all the others. Let me say, too many of you to recognize, but I want you all to know, all of us are proud of your service and commitment to the people of the state of New Jersey. Thank you to all our elected officials. To my family, to my friends, supporters, and all of you, wow, all of you, all the people who believe in America and New Jersey's promise. Thank you for standing with me. God bless you. You know, for almost 9 years, it's been my highest honor, my greatest privilege, to serve the people of New Jersey, both in the United States Senate and as your governor. Today, I couldn't begin to express how proud I am and how humbled to introduce our remarkable new president, Barack Obama. Can we give him a welcome hand from New Jersey? Everybody, everybody. I first met our president in early 2004. At the time, I was the chair of the Democratic Senate Campaign Committee, and he was one of 7 Illinois Democrats running for a crowded U.S. primary for the Senate. When you're the chair of the DSCC, you're supposed to be impartial. You're supposed to take no sides. And if you do, you better have a good reason. So when we sat down to share a meal at a steakhouse in Chicago, I didn't expect to be swept off my feet by a little-known law professor and a state senator with a funny name. But I walked away from that dinner convinced that Barack Obama was unlike anyone I had ever met in my life. Unlike anyone. Once in a generation, if we're lucky, a leader emerges from the crowded ranks of public life to summon out our best instincts, to lead and marshal the generosity and the inventive spirit of the American people. And that first meeting, I knew that Barack Obama could be just that kind of leader. Millions of Americans have now known that same experience. This wouldn't be the first time in America's history that Illinois has offered us a man of courage, conviction, and uncommon vision. As someone born and raised on a small farm near Springfield, Illinois, I grew up living and breathing the story of a country lawyer who appealed to the better angels of nature. Like Barack Obama, Abraham Lincoln came of age in an era of trial and strife. Like Lincoln, President Obama is binding up our nation's wounds and challenging us to create a new birth of freedom for our children, our grandchildren, and generations to come. Mr. President, and he's just around the corner, it was an honor to serve with you in the U.S. Senate, and it's a great privilege to call him my friend. I share his values, I share his commitment, and I share his sense of purpose to bring to public life a better life for all of our people. we're both engaged in the fight to bring quality, affordable health care to all New Jerseyans and all Americans. To win the race to the top in educating our children, to combat climate change and create green jobs and grow our way out of the recession. We're both working every day to repair the incredible damage inflicted on our country by a Republican Congress and a Republican White House. Leaders don't choose their moment in history, but they have a responsibility to seize it. Barack Obama is seizing it, right? The people of New Jersey didn't choose to live and work and raise their families in the longest, deepest global recession since the 1930s. But most Americans recognize that the roots of this crisis lie in a series of bad decisions in Washington and on Wall Street, and a business and a governing philosophy that said anything goes. But Americans have never failed to turn crisis into renewal. This is our time of renewal, and we will succeed, right? John Kennedy once summoned our country to explore the stars, conquer the deserts, eradicate disease, tap the ocean depths, and encourage the arts and commerce. He said that we should do these things not because they're easy, but because they're hard. More than 40 years later, these words still resonate. President Obama is doing just that. President Obama isn't running from the hard challenges, he's meeting them head on. Here in New Jersey, we have also been meeting those challenges head on for the past 4 years, often with Washington working against us. Now, with a partner in the White House, there is no limit to what we can accomplish. President Obama believes that health care is not a privilege, it's a right. That's why he's fighting to create America's first universal health care system, a system that preserves patient choice and holds down costs. We've been fighting the same fight in New Jersey. That's why we expanded our family care program to cover every child, enrolled 80,000 more children and their families. Now, with a partner in the White House, there's no limit to what we can accomplish. President Obama believes that we have an obligation to be good stewards of our earth. He knows that we can grow our way out of the global recession by creating green jobs. We've been fighting the same fight in New Jersey. That's why we put in place an energy master plan that'll cut greenhouse gas emissions by 25% by 2020. That's why New Jersey's installed more solar panels in 3 years than any state except California. And that's why we're working with the White House as a partner to build wind turbines off our coastline and create thousands of green-collar jobs. With a partner in the White House, there's no limit to what we can accomplish. President Obama knows that we have an affirmative role to play in helping our neighbors weather today's economic storm. That's why the President created the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, a measure that's providing $17 billion or more in new investments and tax relief for New Jersey's middle-class families, creating or saving 100,000 jobs. Whether it's health care, dollars for the most vulnerable, additional funding for our schools, colleges, and universities, or new initiatives on that green economy, the President's Recovery Act's making a real difference, and it's working. It's working today, and are on our way back. America is on its way back. We've been fighting that same fight in New Jersey. That's why we're the first state in the nation to pass a comprehensive economic recovery plan. That's why we're putting more than 40,000 people to work building highways, bridges, tunnels, and schools. That's why we've created a mortgage modification and mediation program that's a model for the nation. Our home foreclosure rate's 50% lower than the national average. Now, with a partner in the White House, there is no limit to what we can accomplish. But remember, there will always be critics, some who are even into deceit. Here in New Jersey, those critics promise the moon. They want to cut government, increase spending, slash taxes, and end collective bargaining. They offer no plans, no specifics. They won't tell you which taxes they'll cut. They won't tell you how they'll balance the budget. They say they'll lay off 10,000 public employees, maybe more, but they won't say who or when or at what consequence. They won't tell you what services will end, which preschool they'll close, or whose teacher, police officer, or firefighter will be laid off. They say there should be two legal systems, one for them and one for the rest of us. No bid contracts for their friends, and tough talk for everyone else. Well, I don't know about you. I don't think that's the place we should go. I don't think we should be putting trust into the same people who gave us skyrocketing unemployment, a housing crisis, bank bailouts, corruption in the Justice Department, and a war in Iraq. The same people who so miserably failed in the White House now want you to hand the keys to the State House to them. No way! That crowd knows how to criticize. They know how to point fingers, but they don't know how to lead. Real leadership is about taking on the tough challenges and doing so in a specific, honest way. If a candidate can't be straight with New Jersey, if a candidate won't step up to the plate and offer specific solutions to our shared problems, then that person isn't prepared to lead. For those Republican critics who don't understand the meaning of leadership, I have a simple piece of advice. Take out your dictionary and look up the name Barack Obama. Leadership is the essence of our president's actions. He knows that Americans are courageous and can-do people, and boy, are New Jerseyans courageous and can-do people. He knows that people look beyond the moment. He's summoning on us our generosity and our ambition. He's challenging us to make this country a better place for your grandchildren and mine. That's why it's good to have a partner in the White House. That's why it's good to have Barack Obama in the White House. That's why it's good to have him in this House. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me. Please join me in welcoming our great president, the 44th President of the United States, Barack Obama. Hello, New Jersey!